Okay, well, that was all very embarrassing. I was not ready. But here we are. It's Sunday, August 31st. We're on live for Everworld. My name is History West. History West. I can't even say my own name. And this is Grandpa Plays Minecraft, or in this case, Grandpa Streams Minecraft. Let me show you what's changed since yesterday. I built this manual tree farm, and it is based on a design by Silent Whisper, and it is slightly changed from his design. He had his where the water was all flowing to the middle so that the logs ended up in your inventory. I put hoppers out, and so the logs and saplings would end up here. So far I've tried it on dark oak and jungle wood, and let's try some cherry. So you place your saplings here, jump on, oh, you know what, maybe instead of that I should place the sapling there, jump on here, there we go, just long enough. I'm a little worried that this might use more bone meal than necessary, but maybe not. Anyway, so we go up here and we can get our leaves broken up into saplings first of all, and I need to upgrade my hoe here. Right now I've got efficiency 2, so that needs to go up to efficiency 5, and maybe increase the fortune level on it too. It's fortune 1, but I could get fortune 3 on there, but I need to get some more emeralds before I can do that, because I used emeralds, 64 emeralds, and I bought a fortune 5 book and I put it on my axe, which we've got right here. And then the rest of those will despawn naturally, and it's getting dark, so I better shoot back over here to the house. I wasted all that time at the beginning when I should have been set up already. Again, my apologies. So go up here, hop into bed. Oh, I should have just gone to the wool farm because I think there's a bed in there, but I need to put a bed in every building. Okay. So that worked. Let's try an oak tree. Haven't done an oak tree yet. Okay, try this side. Okay, then we just back up, and that takes us above on ladders. If you're not careful, you just fall off. What am I doing? Okay. Just gonna. Okay, this should be a comedy show. Just gonna stand on the scaffolding. There we go. I should blame all that on something like the lagginess of my computer, but it's just a skill issue, really. Okay, I don't think this is particularly great for doing oak. Oh, now I'm on the pressure plate and releasing all kinds of bone meal, wasting it. Although I have a pretty plentiful supply of bone meal from my little bone meal farm over there. But that's okay because oak is so easy to get from nearby forests. For that matter, so is jungle. I just destroyed my scaffolding. Did my other scaffolding go in here? No, it must have gone in my inventory. Okay. So that is the tree farm. What I haven't tried it with so far is just embarrassing. What I haven't tried it with so far is birch. Well, I haven't tried it birch, and I haven't tried it with spruce. Spruce is the one I should try it with. That is arguably the best wood, both harvesting quantitatively or being the most versatile color-wise. And of course I need to try it with some nether wood types too, but I'll have to change the type of soil at the bottom. So I'm just running through the jungle, which I haven't really done before, and realizing how much faster it is with minecart. Okay. So we've got our third building in the quasi-medieval area. You can see I've done some texturing. We went and got some coral yesterday, and I got some tuff. The idea is to put the coral on places where it would shine a little bit, and the tuff on places where there would be a little bit of shadow. And I don't know, but there's going to be decorations and doodads and stuff on it, so maybe it'll look better in the end. But I am no B-dubs, that is for sure. So up for the top, we need some wool. Got some wool in here somewhere, don't I? Yeah, right here. And some birch and some diorite, which we're going to turn into polished diorite. I might have to get some more. There's two different wandering traders. I thought you were the same one, so I didn't check and see what you had. Okay, buddy. Pale oak logs. Oh, if that was a pale oak sapling, I'd be all over that. And I got some firefly bushes. That's too bad. Okay, well, another time perhaps. Okay. Just looking out my window here. I'm in my den. Oh, and there's a guy skateboarding outside. I was wondering what that clickety clack was. And I have a neighbor, and I guess he does not live in that house all the time, but maybe a relative of his lives there. So I see him over on his skateboard occasionally, but not very often. So over here we got a shadowy area, and further down it's going to be brighter. So, oh, well, these two are supposed to be a window, so forget those two. Put this one here, like so. And one here. Okay, let's go down and see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It'll look better when I have all of the window trimming and stuff and some lanterns hanging, etc., etc. Okay, now we're going to go up to the top. Do kind of the same thing. This is a pretty tall. I was thinking originally that I would put the tree farm in here, but it's not quite big enough, I don't think, and the branches, I was afraid they would displace the blocks there. So I'm going to think of something else to put in here. Maybe a moss farm. That would be kind of cool. It's just about the right size. Alright. So let's knock a few holes here. Is it getting dark already? Looks like it. Okay. Well, we've got a bed over here. Yeah, I think that's too big of a hole there, and I need one over here. I was just watching some reaction videos a few minutes before I logged on here, watching somebody react to the Beatles. I admit I get a little annoyed when I see people that haven't listened to the Beatles, and I'm like, really? That doesn't seem possible. You've never seen or heard a Beatles song. Because the Beatles are just legend, more than legend, musical gods. Somebody asked me, once, who was the greatest, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? I said the Rolling Stones are one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all times, but the Beatles are the effing Beatles. One up here. Yeah, I think that looks okay. This side is the most difficult side, I think. This side, well, it's not going to be that much easier, but there's a platform here, so we're not as high. So around here, and I was watching another reaction video of the Superman movie, Superman 2025, which is a great movie, which is why I enjoy watching reaction videos from it. What I'm surprised at is that all these people that gave it mediocre reviews early on haven't come on and corrected themselves, but because I mean clearly people are loving it. There were some people who I generally respect their reviews, who gave it an unfair review, I think. Well, maybe not unfair. I mean, it's their it's up to them whether they like a movie or not, but didn't take into account some fundamental things about, or maybe just didn't understand some things about Superman, the character and the purpose of the character. But again, people have the right to their own opinion. So here we go. I think we've pretty much got this side done. Toss in these last few wool blocks. There we go. Oh, well, duh, I missed a couple, didn't I? Okay. I have not watched much Minecraft today, which is unusual for me. Well, I take that back. I watched Impulse SV early this morning, and I watched that tutorial on the tree farm that I mentioned by Silent Whisper, that I based my tree farm on. I didn't realize it at the time, but I'd been watching him on Minecraft. interesting. Interesting. I hope those Minecraft players who are posting will continue to post, and I hope the ones who haven't posted anything yet will post soon. Vintage Beef is posting. Someone by him. And of course Dallas Mid is one of my favorite creative builders. Not that he plays in creative mode, but that he is very creative. Favorite builders, I should say. And he's on Minecraft. Minecraft. Not Minecraft. I was having the same question about Silent Whisper. Is it Silent Whisper or Silent Whisperer? And I don't know. Could be either one. Okay. Like so. I'm not very good at talking and doing. I guess that's something I really need to work on. Anybody has any tips on how to make that easier, I would be willing to listen. There we go. Picking up the last things. And we've just got one side left to do. Actually, I should have got a good view of that. Yeah, okay. This doesn't look good. This side with just randomly placed coral. Yeah. I'm gonna have to work on that. This side looks better. Yeah, I'm not good at texturing, and I just kind of prefer it if I don't have to, like the roof over there. The roof over here, I like the two tones, but I didn't have to mix them. Doing stone bricks with smooth stone in between, like these over here, that's not too hard. But when you're trying to do shadowing, I mean, that kind of is a master skill. And I don't even consider myself an intermediate skilled Minecraft builder. I would like to be an intermediate skilled Minecraft builder. I would consider myself a beginner builder right now. Still. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for about 7, 8 years, but a relative fraction of that time has actually been trying to build things. I mean, you know, build things that look like things. It's one thing to say, I'm going to build a house and I'm going to build a base, and I want sorting system, those kind of things. But getting something that actually looks incredible is a different thing entirely. So throw some birch in there. Nope, not there. And like so. And maybe 1, 2, 3 of these. Okay. Let's see how that looks from over here. Yeah, see, this actually, I think, kind of works. Up here, it's with the black in it, the birch has kind of a shadowy kind of a thing under the eaves. And then down here where the sun would be shining, it's more brightly lit. And let's just do the top here. Then I'll go try and find some of the blocks I dropped all over the place. Okay, so do kind of the same thing here. Oh, so I'm watching Outlander in the evenings when my wife gets home from work. And that is a show that's been out for a long time that I've always meant to watch and I never did. And it is fantastic. And not surprising since Ronald D. Moore was one of the creators, who was worked back on Star Trek, back when it was good. And created one of the creators for All Mankind, which is a fantastic Apple TV Plus show. Highly recommended. But so far I've watched about 6 episodes of Outlander. Loving it. I have a big fondness for history and science fiction. And this is a perfect kind of a blend. I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler to give away that there's a time travel element in it. Other than that, it's not too much science fiction involved in the episode to episode plot of the series, but there's a lot of history. As a writer myself, I love to write science fiction, but I'm not a big fan of writing history because you got to get it right, which they do on this show, but it would require way too much research for me. So I've written a couple of a couple of books that have a little bit of I've got just a few pieces of this coral, some of this. I've written a couple of books that have a little bit of history element to them. If you're interested in looking them up, one is Tesla's Stepdaughters, which is a kind of a steampunk science fiction detective story. And all right, let's see. Have I decided which side the sun is coming from? Anyway, it takes place in an alternate 1970s. Okay, the sun is over this side. And so there are some people from the 70s in this alternate world. And then I wrote a book called The Jungle Girl, Kanana the Jungle Girl. Both books available wherever you buy books, by the way. And it takes place in an alternate world set about 1918, I think it is. And the only real thing that is the same is that Teddy Roosevelt is a minor character in the story. So I was very mindful of using Theodore Roosevelt as in a fictionalized story, because he's one of my favorite people in history. And so I made sure that anything that he says in the story was something he would actually say. So he and his son Kermit are both in the story, but every piece of dialogue that either one of them says is something that actually comes from either Theodore Roosevelt's speeches or his books. He wrote almost 40 books himself, so plenty of quotes to take advantage of. Let's see. Yeah. I want to do something that will take advantage of the coral when it's alive someday. But for now, we're just using the dead coral. Alright, I like that much better. I'm going to add a few more pieces over here. I'll be honest, I don't know what this building is supposed to be. Some kind of industrial building. It just looked cool when I looked up pictures on the internet, so I copied it. Yeah, so it needs a lot of extra stuff. Now, putting all these away. Saplings. Here we go. There's some spruce saplings, some dark oak. So I wonder where all my saplings were. They're here. I can make a sea pickle farm. There's some emeralds too. I can make a sea pickle farm. Alright, all of the tree saplings. Take them over to the tree farm. Come on. There we go. Gotta remember to get in the minecart before you press the button. So as we were talking about yesterday, the Copper Age is a new Minecraft drop, 1.21.9 I'm assuming, and there's a Minecraft Live coming up, which they should announce some stuff that they're working on, which should be 1.22. I don't think they should do 1.21.10, 11, 12. That would, I don't know, it just feels a little insulting, really. Like we're not getting any more updates, and none of our drops are going to be momentous enough to bother going to the next level. Maybe they're trying to get away from those altogether. Oh, you can listen to the water. That's kind of cool. Alright. So we're going to do some spruce here. Jump on, and then walk backwards. We should be able to go backwards all the way to the top of this. Yeah, I still had room to go because I made it, what, 32 blocks tall. Yeah, this gives you all kinds of wood. And here we go. Alright, I'm liking this tree farm. Don't have to worry about any wood getting lost. And just continue chopping downward.
You know what's really silly?
So, here we go. And right in the middle of a rainstorm. So if this were real life, well, I wouldn't want to be holding a pickaxe anyway, or an axe out in the middle of a rainstorm, but I don't guess if it's made of diamonds we can really get electrocuted. So we got a stack and a half in the inventory already, and just a little bit more that went into the thing, but we did get a lot of saplings in there. So I think what we need to do now is go down and repair our hoe, especially. Might as well repair all our tools. The storage room I have not done anything with. I keep thinking that I'm just going to kind of scrap it and go with a bigger storage room. Playing on this world for about 3 months, streaming for about 2 months, but it was constructed about 2 years ago, and it was back at that time that I built this, zombie spawner or I found the zombie spawner. I built the zombie farm. Wow, we are full of stuff. We need to clear some stuff out, which is great because I could use some trade goods for some emeralds. Only got about half of them. So let me turn down the volume a little bit. After we go to the end, what is it? It's day 659. I'm planning to go to the end by day 1000. So after we go there, we can build an ender render. I've never actually built one on my own. My son and I built one on a server we were playing on a couple of years ago. Stina Rose's Patreon server. He did most of the actual Ender Farm part of it, and I did most of the cosmetic build around it. But I think I can do it. I feel pretty confident. Oh, I should have put that coral somewhere. Yep, this is the way to live. Let's see. Statistics. Zombies killed. Zombies. I've killed 3,153 zombies. And just like poor Will Smith in I Am Legend. Or Charlton Heston in Omega Man, which is the same movie. Or Ray Milland in The Last Man on Earth. Those three movies were all based on one book called I Am Legend. And I don't know, I haven't read it. I don't know how close to the book any of them are. But I do know that my favorite of the three is the middle one, the 70s movie Omega Man with Charlton Heston. He was a great movie star. Ten Commandments, Ben-Hur, Planet of the Apes. What else? I think the last movie he was in was Tombstone. He had a small part in Tombstone, which is one of my favorite movies. But yeah, he was one of the big movie stars back when they had movie stars in the 60s, and the golden age of movie stars, if you will. So, yeah, Omega Man. I think, I haven't really liked a zombie movie since then, or a zombie series. Zombies are not my thing. In fact, the horror genre in general is not really my thing, but there are very few that I like. The main reason is because to be scared in a horror movie, you have to kind of make yourself scared. You have to be able to suspend your disbelief. You have to be able to get into your brain that what is happening can really happen to you. And little inconsistencies and little elements of bad storytelling can mess that up for you. If you're just watching a regular contemporary movie or a love story or something, some little thing that doesn't make sense, it just goes right by you because you're not really, you don't need to believe it so much. But in a horror movie, and to a lesser extent in a science fiction movie, or maybe to an equal extent, you've got to be able to suspend your disbelief. So there aren't that many horror movies that I can find scary. There are a few. The Thing, John Carpenter's version with Kurt Russell. Alien. Yeah, those were scary. Do you like scary movies? I don't think I would go to the theater and see one specifically. I think the last one I actually went to see in the theater was Alien, and that was what, in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. Had to be around that time because I went to a theater called the Parkway Theater in Las Vegas that is no longer there anymore. It used to be next to the Boulevard Mall, and which is just barely hanging on itself. And that was back in the days where theaters were still relatively small, and the Parkway had, I think, 4 screens, which was big in those days, in the 70s. So I went and saw some great movies there. I saw Alien there. I saw Star Wars there. I saw Star Wars the night it opened. The line was so long it wrapped around the building, and I was standing outside the building, and you could hear the lasers and the lightsabers blasting through the wall and the emergency exit door to the outside, making everyone in line even more excited than they were already to see it. But alas, that theater's gone. And so is the one that was just in front of it. There was another one called the Boulevard Theater, even though it was less close to the Boulevard Mall than the Parkway was. It had 2 theaters. And I went there a bunch of times too, but the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head was seeing some Disney movies there. I saw Fantasia and Winnie the Pooh. And they were not the original time, but back in the 70s, those kind of shows didn't come on TV, and there was no cable, no streaming, so the only time you would see it is when it rolled back around. They would re-release them to theaters every 10 years or so. I was thinking about that very thing the other day, because another theater, which is no longer there, was the Cinerama. It had a really super wide screen. That was what Cinerama meant. And I remember the re-release of 2001 Space Odyssey in about 1974. And I went and saw that movie there. Blew my mind. If you haven't seen 2001 Space Odyssey, you should see it. Regardless of whether you like science fiction, if you like movies, you should see it. If you don't like movies and movie storytelling, don't bother, but I mean, well, I guess there are plenty of people that don't like movies. But so we're going to finish up here in a couple of minutes. A reminder to anybody that didn't know, I stream on Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Right now I'm streaming for an hour. That will probably be expanded sometime in the future. And occasionally I make non-streaming videos. I used to do that much more. I'm thinking of maybe doing a regular video when I kill the Ender Dragon, because I don't know if I just want to have a stream where I die repeatedly and respawn. So we'll see. It's still a ways off. We finished that. We need to recharge our axe here. So Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. My channel, its name is History Wes, and I am History Wes. Appreciate everything that you do for me. Likes, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Once this is posted, after the live stream, once it goes on the channel, feel free to leave me a comment, ask a question, give me your thoughts on anything we talked about today. Superman, 2001 Space Odyssey, horror movies. Minecraft, of course. Zombies. And I'll be back next week for more of the same. Anyway, I appreciate you showing up. The reason I'm streaming is more than anything else to keep me motivated playing in this one magical world that I've got. I like so many people, I am enamored of the idea of a forever world, and maybe unlike a lot of people, I have really strived to create forever worlds, and have not been able to last as long as I wanted to many times. But this time we made a pretty good start. We're way past the 2-week period, the infamous Minecraft 2 weeks. So if you have an idea of what I should build next, or what I need for my base, what kind of resources that I should have available, let me know. I'm thinking the next week maybe we will try and get to a pale oak forest. I did try before off screen, went to where it was supposed to be and it wasn't there. But I have it on authority, at least, you know, as much as Chunk Base is an authority, that there are a couple of pale oak pale gardens to the southeast of me. There's also a jungle temple in that direction that's not as far away. Maybe we'll hit that at the same time. Okay, so with that,